I'm reading out of the book of James, in James 1, profiting from trials. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith, with no doubting. For he who doubts is like a wave of sea, driven and tossed by the wind. For let not that man suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all of his ways. I want to read out of the footnotes, and it's here in the New King James Version. Becoming a Christian does not automatically exclude a believer from difficulties. The proper attitude in meeting adversity is to count it all joy, which is not an emotional reaction, but a deliberate, intelligent appraisal of the situation from God's perspective, viewing trials as a means of a moral and spiritual growth. We do not rejoice in the trials themselves, but in their possible results. Testing carries the idea of proving genuineness. Trials serve as a discipline to purge faith of dross, stripping away what is false. Patience is not a passive resignation to adverse circumstances, but a positive steadfastness that bravely endures. The wisdom which may be had by asking in faith is not intellectual knowledge or a philosophical speculation, but spiritual understanding of the purpose of the trials. When God grants a gift, he does so liberally and without reproach, that is, generously, not stingingly, condescendingly, or grudgingly. And a double-minded man is a person drawn to two opposite directions. His alliance is divided, and because of his lack of sincerity, he vacillates between belief and disbelief, sometimes thinking that God will help him, and at other times giving up all hope in him. Such a person is unstable in all of his ways, not only in his prayer life. The lack of consistency in his exercise of faith betrays his general character. So God is saying to us in this word that we must have no doubt when we ask. We must believe and ask in faith, believing that we are going to receive it. And it says in Hebrews 11 verse 1, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And it tells us in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, we have not been given a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And at this time we see what's going on around the world. We can all have faith in asking, but if we have fear in what we're seeing, we've got to ask with believing, with no doubt, asking in faith, believing that we are going to receive it, even in all the midst of the chaos and the storms and the challenges. God is saying, let him ask in faith. God's word is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He didn't write it and it all changed when the virus came. His word stands through trials, through the calm, through the storm, whatever we face. God's word is the same. And he said we will go through trials, we will go through tribulations, that we must count it all joy. And when we ask of anything, ask freely. He freely lets us ask of those things. We'll ask according to his word, ask in faith, believing with no doubt, and we shall receive it. So I just wanted to share that word this afternoon. Hope everybody's blessed, and I hope you're well, and just have a wonderful afternoon. God bless.